I caught a little flack on our YouTube channel this morning, please subscribe, about the length of our exercise demo videos. Why are they so short? That's not exactly what they said. The gist of his message seemed to be threefold. Number one, I'm a butthole. Number two, when something like this, you're not giving enough information. If you don't get more information, people are going to get hurt. Don't you know you're hurting people? And number three, I'm a butthole. I think that about covers it. And we've been asked a lot, why are our videos so short? Well, I have an explanation. I don't think people are idiots. I don't think people are stupid. People aren't dumber than a bag of hammers. Most people can get the entire gist of an exercise just by watching a 30-second demonstration. See, down at GPP, we believe that movement begets better movement. The most powerful way to learn a movement is to get your butt out and move. Movement is learning. I think a lot of experts forget that. Learning about a movement, even though that's important, actually comes second to doing the movement in the first place. Oh my hell, are you kidding me? Look, we can think of no other movement pattern that we've all learned where learning came first. We always learn through doing. For example, when you take a baby and you try to teach a baby how to walk, how do you make that happen? Yeah, you just pick the thing up by the arms, you start dragging it across the floor, and then after a little while they kind of figure it out. The trainers of the world are funny because before you start moving, like doing a deadlift or doing a squat, no kidding, most of them will want to sit you down in front of a whiteboard and start describing to you how that works. Which is funny because can you imagine that happening with a baby? Okay, little baby, I know you're 9 months old, but listen. I'm about to describe, hey, the rudiments and fundamentals of walking. And they'll start going over anatomy. They'll start going over every little tiny thing that you could possibly learn about walking. Isn't it silly to imagine? But that's how trainers all over the world are trying to teach people to move. I'm sure they mean well, but they're kind of treating us like idiots. I've seen 7-minute videos teaching people how to do a biceps curls. 7 minutes to do this. Hey y'all, bend your arms. Movement works by doing. It has always been so. Think about it. It works with the walking thing. How about riding a bike? You just stick Junior on a bike and push him. He'll work it out. Same thing with throwing a ball. I mean, can you imagine sitting him down in front of a whiteboard and going, all right, we got to learn a little trigonometry, calculus, trajectories, angular momentum in order for you to get this ball across the plate over there to be effective at pitching. Isn't it silly to think you wouldn't just hand him a ball and say, hey, huck that thing? Oh, sure, you'd give him a little instruction first, about 30 seconds worth, but then you'd just let him work it out. And by the way, every pitcher you know is still learning techniques that can make pitching better and better and better. Because that's what happens. The more you move, the better you get at it. We see it all the time. People will have never run really any distance in their life, and we'll send them out for a run. And it's weird, but without ever having a lesson, those suckers in a year from now, if they've stayed consistent with it, will be better at it. But what about the injuries? Oh my hell, the injuries. Calm down. Your body is programmed to do things in a way that it won't get injured. It's programmed to keep you safe. I'm not advocating that you go whole hog and try to do things that you just simply aren't capable of or have any business trying to do in the first place. I don't think you could lift 700 pounds to begin with. But even if you could, you got no business starting out trying to lift 700 pounds or anything close to that. Neither am I advocating that you not learn more and more and more about movement. Of course you would learn about movements with a whiteboard eventually. You have to be smart, you have to use your head, but that's the thing. I think you will. Look, this health and fitness thing is complicated enough. Let's not muck it up by adding and piling on to that complication with even more levels of complexity. Instead, let's put the focus where it needs to be. The magic in moving your body is not in learning to complete the most perfect movement imaginable. The magic instead lies within completing those movements in the first place.